Hi people, TS here. Welcome back to Living Blessed TV. Just doing my preview of our upcoming Premier League game against Wolves, away from home at Wolves. It is one of the tough away grounds, I would say, to go to. Wolves have beaten the likes of Man United at home this season, but in the last couple of games haven't been too great. The most recent game they drew at home against Brighton, and prior to that they lost 3-1 to Southampton. So, they'll be looking for a win. They'll be quite confident with the fact that they're playing at home. Of course, us Arsenal will be looking to bounce back from that dreadful 3-2 defeat to Crystal Palace, and of course want to get a victory to push on for those Champions League places. I know that after this game we have the Champions League game against Valencia. I know some people are saying there will be some sort of rotation in the side, but in my personal opinion, we just need to go with whatever players are fit and our strongest possible side, and not focus on resting players. That's how I see it. You put your strongest players out there week in, week out, where possible, and 9 times out of 10, you should get the result. So bearing that in mind, I'm going to get straight into my starting 11. In goal, going to go with Leno. If it wasn't for him against Palace, it could have been even a higher score that we lost by. But for me, he's doing a good job in goal, and I'd stick with him in goal for this game. In the defence, I would actually revert to a back four. As the right back, I'm going with Maitland, Niles. Although I've seen Mustafi play quite decent at right back in a couple of games after his performance against Palace, I don't want to see him anywhere near the first team again. I think he more or less signed the paperwork to say he's leaving this summer with that performance. It was absolutely shocking, and I'd go with Maitland-Niles at right back for this game. Quite obvious. Jenkinson proved as well he's not good enough either, and simple as that. Maitland-Niles will slot in there at right back. As the left back, I'll go with Nacho Monreal. Nothing against Kolasinac. I just think going with a back four, Monreal would be the better option. And bearing in mind, if we're going to have Maitland-Niles at right back, he's a bit more going forward than defensive. I don't want to have two fullbacks that's quite bombing forward, so I'd go Monreal as the left back option. Although Monreal can get up the pitch and create stuff. Obviously Kolasinac is a bit better than him going forward, but with a flat four, I'll stick with Monreal. The two centre halves, Sokratis and Koscielny, they kind of pick themselves, to be honest with you. No one in that squad in the centre of defence better than those two at present, and those two are fit, no suspension, so I expect both of them to start. Going into the midfield, first off, I'm going to go with Lucas Torreira. I don't think it was acceptable. I don't think it's acceptable at all that he was on the bench to start with against Palace. He's fit, he plays. That's my opinion, and simple as that. I want to see him start this game. Alongside him, I've seen Emery's press conference said that Xhaka had asked to come off in the second half against Napoli, and he's been playing with a bit of precaution. That's why he didn't play against Palace. It's interesting. It's interesting here what to do. Personally, I would want to see Xhaka in there alongside Torreira. If not, then I just probably have to play Torreira alongside Guendouzi. In prior videos I said it's surprising the likes of like a Joe Willock can't get a look in and that, but I don't think this is the sort of game to try and bring those sort of guys in. So, I will stick with Guendouzi alongside Torreira. Again, El Neni, another guy that's kind of shown, he's not good enough to be at the club, but I'm not going to tear into him because I kind of know he's not good enough to be at the club anyways. In front of those two, the front three, off the left-hand side, I'll go with Aubameyang. Now, yes, people want to see them play as the front two. Yes, they did that in the last game, but even then we lack width. So I'd like to see Aubameyang play off that left-hand side. Of course, him playing off the left-hand side gives an option, a wide option to Özil, who of course I'll be playing as the guy in the middle. And the only thing I can say for Aubameyang, he scored a great goal against Palace, but he needs to work on his his conversion, because he's had some chances of recent where he should have taken. Not so much in the Palace game, but the Napoli game, he had a chance that he should have scored, and prior to that, he had some chances he really should have scored. So hopefully he can, revert back to that, and be a bit more clinical if he gets any chances in this game. I've already said Ozil's going to be my guy playing in the 10 role. On the right hand side, I'm going to go with Alex Iwobi. He's another one. He had a chance to score against Palace, and these are the things he gets criticised for. Getting the ball, driving out opposition, he's excellent, but it's that final decision making 9 times out of 10 which isn't that great, and is what he gets criticised on. Deservedly so at times, I have to say. I do think he does receive some unfair criticism, but some of the criticism is deservedly so at times. But yeah, I think this would be a good game for him. Get at the Wolves' defence, and hopefully the likes of him and Özil can be the link, to the other attacking players, which obviously Aubameyang off the left, and then Lacazette's going to be the main guy up top. Now, how I aim this game to be as, if we're in a somewhat comfortable position, maybe we can take off one of the 2 strikers, preferably probably take off Lacazette and rest him for the next game. But personally, how I see it, I want to see all the strongest players playing. Simple as that. Of course, that leaves us with the likes of, on the bench, as an example, Cech, Kolasinac, probably see Mustafi on the bench. I don't want him nowhere near the team. Nene as well, though I don't want him nowhere near the team. Mkhitaryan, Suarez, if he's fit or whatever, seems to be one of the worst loan signings ever, that he can't even feature. And then, of course, the likes of Nketiah. So, I think we need to go a fully strong team as possible. Now, I know some people say they want to see something on the bench in reserve. And personally, I think if things ain't going too well, I think the likes of Mkhitaryan can come on and have some form of influence in the game. And personally, I still think Eddie Nketiah has the opportunity to have some form of influence on the game. So, I think this is a game that will be relatively difficult, but I think we will get the win. I think we'll win it by 2-1. Don't want to call out a goal scorer, but I am kind of confident that we'll bounce back from that Crystal Palace defeat and get the result here. Of course, that's all from me in terms of the preview, predicted starting 11, etc. Of course, let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on this, what your starting 11 would be, and what you're predicting the score to be. And of course, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.